What's up, Memphis Americans fans? This is Head Coach Corey Adamson. I am here with none other than the Angel Hailey. How you doing, Angel?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. We're full into off season. You recovered from season yet, or what?
Yeah, fully recovered and then getting back at it. Just every
Yeah,
day, every day.
yeah. We were at Ribs tournament 2 weeks ago. Your women's team won.
Yeah, we
Shouts
won.
out to the Greenfield team out there. You guys won. The men's
Yeah.
team won for us, so we won. Our co-ed team was slacking
Whew.
though, so we didn't have a lot of bodies, and that was a rough weekend. That
It
was a
was
rough
really
weekend.
rough. 7 games,
Yeah,
it was rough.
it's crazy. It's crazy. But well, thanks for joining us. The fans, obviously they love you. You became the fan favorite almost instantaneously, and how could you not, right? You're one of the nicest people I think I've ever met. You're the best goalkeeper in the league by far, maybe even on the men's side too. I don't know. But your goals against average was under 2, which is absolutely absurd in indoor soccer. Save percentage was close to 90.
Yeah,
3 shutouts, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
three,
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 three
yeah,
shutouts.
three
I
shutouts.
it blows my mind because again, I've been playing this game for 10 years now, decade now in this game, and I have been a part of 2 shutout games prior to this season starting, and then you have 3, Peter has 2. It's nuts, man. The level you guys brought is just it's insane. Some of the saves you made, incredible. You look at our record. We talk about how good our record was. We lost 2 games in regulation and 2 games, one in overtime, one in a shootout.
hmm
But I think we won 6 or 7 games by 1 goal. So that makes it almost half of our games were 1 to 2 goal games, and the edge goes to the team that has the better goalkeeper always, right? So
Right.
we are more than blessed on this coaching staff to have somebody like you. But so tell
Oh.
us about yourself, Angel. You're originally from South Haven, right?
Born and raised. Been here
Born
my
and
whole
raised.
life. My whole
Yeah.
life.
Who'd you play for growing up?
I started off with it's like a rec league,
Yeah.
DCSA, and
Yep.
then did competitive for DeSoto FC. Then went to South Haven Middle, did South Haven High. Then after that, I went to a community college at Northwest Community College. Did 2 years there, transferred and went to a Division I school at the University of Louisiana Monroe. I did 1 season there, and then I transferred again and went to the University of Montevallo in Alabama, and I finished there. I did 2 seasons there, so I did about a year and a semester, and then I
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah. Heck yeah. What'd you graduate with?
I got my bachelor's in graphic design, so I'm an art major.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't been around Angel, she's pretty talented. It's impressive. She's created a lot of background screens, a lot of really cool digital stuff for just the girls, herself, the team, everything. So yeah, really really impressed. How was the college experience? Because obviously you kind of bumped around a little bit. You definitely get to see different levels of programs, coaching style, stuff like that. What was your experience in college? What did you come out with?
Well, everything was different. Like you said, being at different levels of divisions, like everything's different. Nothing is the same. It's hard. It's hard dealing with soccer, then have class, then you be sore, too sore and tired to get up to go to class, but you have to do it. So you don't
Yeah,
have no choice. But like coaching wise and like the team and everything, like I enjoyed it. It's because I love soccer. Like I enjoyed it.
yeah,
But it's some things that could have been different, but you can't change the past. So things that
yeah.
happens.
What uh, what would you say? What would you say was one of the bigger factors to you? Um, I guess wanting to, what was some of the things that you wanted to change really, or
Uh
that you would have
well,
changed if you could have?
if I could have changed some things, it would have been just me having more playing time.
Yeah, Yeah.
That was just like the biggest thing. But when I did have the chance to play, I gave it my all. I always give
It's
it
all
my
you can
all.
do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to
It's not
control
my
what you can
decision.
control.
Yeah, it's not my decision how much time I play and how much time I don't play. So
Yeah. That's such a especially for goalkeepers, especially any goalkeeper that watches this, there's only one goal. It means there's only one person in it at a time.
yeah.
Wingers, forwards, defenders, they can sub in and out. Maybe you get 20 minutes this game. Maybe you start this game, whatever. With goalkeepers, man, it's a lot tougher. There's if a coach has confidence in a goalkeeper and it's not you, then you just gotta go and earn it any chance you get. You control whatever you can control. You go show up
Yeah.
to practice early. You work hard. You try and show that you can do the things in training. And if you get that opportunity, you gotta go. You gotta go and you
And
gotta do everything about it.
that's one thing about me. Like I've never missed a practice. I'll be at
Yeah.
every practice, every event, anything. Like one of my recent school, Montevallo, they had a ring ceremony, and I wasn't a part of the team the year
Yeah.
before that. But me just being me, I was like, I'm finna go support them, and I was the only
Yeah.
one sitting in the back. I was just sitting there, but I just show support. Like I love support,
Yeah.
supporting people, basically.
Yeah. It speaks a lot to your character and obviously you as a teammate too. I think anybody on the men's or the women's side from the Americans would literally probably take a bullet for you, because they know your personality, they know who you are for the team, and that energy is infectious. I think it's another very overlooked quality in a player when you're recruiting someone or when you're bringing somebody in, when you're making decisions on people, is how good of a teammate are you? Because it doesn't matter how great you are in a team sport, you're replaceable. You're replaceable, right? So how good can you be as a teammate will project, I think, how much success you're gonna see in the games. And obviously for you, you got your chance this year and didn't miss a beat, did you?
I
Didn't miss a,
I I
didn't miss a
couldn't.
beat.
I could
Oh,
not.
yeah. It was amazing. Think back, I know it was a long time ago now. It feels like 10 years ago
Okay.
now, but think back to remember being in the tunnel before the game, our first home
Yes.
game of the season, day
Yes.
after Christmas. We've been leading up to this. We've been training. I think you signed like October maybe. So, we started
Mm,
preseason or kicking around. When did we sign you?
I signed in I signed in November because I had to wait
Oh, was
until
it
my
over?
season. Yeah, I had to wait until
Ah,
my
that's
season
right.
is
That's
over.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. So November comes around, right? But I mean, we met the first tryouts.
To try.
We were like, man, this girl, she makes every save there is. She's great with her feet. You had a cannon of an arm. You were throwing like the length of Greenfield East. So we are like, all right, well, this we might have something here. And I just remember in that tunnel, it was everybody. Everybody was like just in their own heads, just shaking and kind of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like this is the
Yeah.
first game. I just remember looking at you and it was the same thing. But once the game started, I think there was a shot from just outside the yellow line, and it was up top corner. I think you just jumped up and just parried it away to the right side. And then after that, you kind of like I kind of felt you just kind of go
It
like
was a
this, right? You
relief.
just make that first
Yes.
save, and it's like, all right, I'm into this. We're good.
Yeah.
Um, what was that experience like for you? That first game, obviously all those nerves riding up to it. I mean, it's crazy.
Their first game, when I tell you my heart was beating so fast. And it's just because like I've never experienced like at least having like a crowd or something like that. Or
Yeah,
people like screaming and all that. Like I've never had that. So just me being in that tunnel, like I told myself I was like, okay, you here now. Like you don't have no choice. Just
you
go out
can't you
there,
can't turn
do
around
your
and just leave.
you can't. And then with
No,
me being the only one, I was like, I can't take it out right now. I was like, just go out there and just do what you do. And
yeah,
when I went out there and I did make that first save, and I remember like every game after that, you told me you was like, make that first save. Once you make that first save, you in it,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
that stuck with me. That stuck with
yeah.
me.
You just make that first save after a goal. You make that first next save right after if they
Hmm.
score on the next one, next save, right?
Mhm.
It's having that, what does Ted Lasso say, that memory of a gold, that 10-second memory, that memory of a goldfish, right? It's so important, and I feel like you showed that so well. If you think some of our games, we would score goals, and this is how indoor soccer works: is you score multiple goals in a row because you just gain this momentum, and all of a sudden it's
Mhm.
like, it may be 1-1 or something like that, and then 3-4 minutes later it's 4-1, and you go,
Yeah.
wow, all that momentum. I can't think of a single time this season where that happened to us, because you'd make the next save, and I think that's a team would work so hard to score a goal against us, and it mentally, I know as a shooter, it just makes me rethink my shots.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot them a little higher because I know you're going to stop everything right here. So I'm going to try and pick out that corner. Well, I'm probably going to miss wide. I'm probably going to miss high. You know, I remember, the one of the announcers after games, we were talking about, we gave up so many shots in that first game, but we still won. Was it 10-2?
Mhm.
And I just remember thinking, yeah, but we focus. They shot from Angel just got in their head. They just started throwing anything at her, and
Yeah.
the quantity was there, but the quality wasn't there, and that's literally you getting in the mind of a shooter and saying, well, you're gonna have to be perfect, and if you're not perfect, probably gonna make
Then
that save or shut you out. Like
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's killer. That's a killer to teams. That's a killer to teams. So you came back, right? So you came back after Montevallo. You decided to come back here. Was it because of the Americans? I mean, were you thinking about, what were you thinking about after college before we came back?
Really, after college, I was looking. Well, I wasn't really looking, but I was wanting to continue playing.
Yeah,
That was like the first step, and I was like, I always told myself like maybe I can go pro.
yeah,
I don't want to shoot my dream down, so I'm gonna do what I can and try to go professionally. And I was gonna come home. Like home is my home, so been here all my life. So when I came home and I saw, the Memphis Americans, and my mom called me, she was like, "Hey, like it's a team coming. You should get on to it." And I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna look into it. And then, I signed up and did everything, went to the trials, and I was like, well, this is like perfect timing. I got done with college
so good.
December 10th, came back, practiced for a week almost,
Yeah,
and it was ready for the first game. And I
yeah.
was like, everything just lined up perfectly for me. Like it was meant for me to play.
That's that's honestly how it felt. It's honestly how it felt. It was crazy how, I mean, really the whole women's roster, in my opinion, just kind of came together that way.
Hmm.
More so than men. I think, at tryouts we had more men come to try out. So I had to really be selective in that pool. But with you guys, it was like the perfect pieces just kind of came to us all at the right time, in the right order, and it was such a great build throughout the season. It was crazy, and you were really the cornerstone of that, because you were the backstop. I mean, that's the first piece that I looked for either team. All right, who am I going to sign? We got to get a backstop. The most important position is behind us, because not only do you have to make those saves from such close range and so many,
Hmm.
but you also have to be great with your feet and composed with pressure on you. I mean, I remember there was a couple. I think the first pass back you took a touch. Girls like barreling in at you, and you just opened up your hips and played it to the opposite side like it was nothing. Like, I mean, it was just nothing. You kind of just watched her, and it was like, all right, which way are you gonna go?
Where you
And
going?
here
Yeah.
you go. You know, and it's a testament to the modern goalkeeper too, because now you see, even in the pros, some of these guys, they're just they just switch. Even an 11 aside, you play it all the way back to the goalkeeper. They're not just going to bomb it up and make it a 50-50 anymore. They're going to actually make a pass. So for all the young goalkeepers out there, get yourself some field time, because you're going to need it. Whether it's indoor or outdoor, you need it. And you are the embodiment of that too. Um, you have a pretty cool motto, um, that I myself, and I feel like we as a team this year, um, really have always had, like, within us, like all the players that came to us was like, it's a chip on the shoulder, and it's that don't judge the book by its cover. Don't judge me based on what you think you know or see, right? And I
Yes.
feel like you spoke to that a lot this season. I know you said that before. What made you develop that mindset?
Well, I've been through some coachings, and they legit just saw me by like my body type and said that I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. And
Mm-hmm.
in my head, like certain people would just take that and be like, oh, they said I can't do this, I can't do that. But with me, I was like, let me prove it to you. You said
Yep.
that I can't, I think I can. And I was like, just give me the chance to show you what I can do. And when I do it, then, you know, ain't no stop. It wasn't no stopping me. Like
Yeah.
they just couldn't. But
That's
that was just like the main thing, to be honest.
that's just it's how every champion becomes a champion. It's how every successful person becomes successful. Um, it's not the opportunities. It's not the judgment. It's the opportunity. So seeing you just kind of go through this entire year. I mean, there's a video, a promo video that we had made by one of our media guys, and I remember you made this save. I mean, it was like a point blank. I think it was against Fayetteville. Girl got the ball turned and she just shot it like she's inside the box. If you watch it, like you're already just
Within
like
the movement.
naturally going to where she was shooting before it left her foot. You get the ball and your face was just like, I don't know, nothing. That was easy. Then I wish more kids could develop that in themselves. They all have that ability to have that confidence here to go, I'm going to show you. I can do it. I'm going to be able to. Check that save out. You like that one? I'll get another one for you. Oh, you scored that one? All right, bring it again. I'll show you again. Like
Right.
that's, man, I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Who is a big influence for you growing up?
Well, it wasn't too many like goalkeepers. Like I watched
Yeah.
women. I didn't really watch like men a lot. So Hope Solo was my first. She was like the first my first
Yeah.
idol that I was watching. And then I went from Hope Solo to AD French. She played for
Yeah.
her, Alyssa Nair. Like I'll just watch games. Like I'll legit just watch games, and then it's like I see it and then I apply it to my own.
Yep.
So it's like I'm basically learning from them. Me going out to play other games with like pickups and stuff like that, and I apply to that, and then I transferred it into like a real game. So it made it like come easy to me.
Yeah. Man, I'm going to reiterate that for any kid that's watching this. Watch film, watch somebody that's better than you, and then go try and apply it in pickup, in when you're playing at the soccer field, when after practice, before practice, during practice. Like that's the only way you get great at anything is you got to study it. Man, that's such a valuable tool that I think is lost on so many kids these days is oh man, I can't believe what a save that was. Or they look at, the crazy step overs or bicycle kicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nobody goes in and tries and applies that, especially for goalkeepers too. To be able to watch them and emulate them and see that's one way to make a save. I saw her angle on this. She decided to come out when the player got to this point in time. So it's great to hear that from somebody who actually made it, right? Like that's how
Yeah,
you
for
do it.
sure.
You want to make it, that's how
That's
you
how you
do it.
do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's kind of go over, we kind of recap the list of accolades. We'll do it again. Goalkeeper of the year. In my opinion,
Yes.
I felt you're the best goalkeeper on the men's or women's side. No offense to any of the guys. You had the highest save percentage. You had the most shutouts. You had the lowest goals against average, and we had the lowest goals against as a team, which was, again, yeah, we had great defense and we had great structure in front of you and stuff, but some of the saves you made were just, I remember there was one in Columbus. I think that was the one where Kelsey won it in overtime. We were in overtime. I think Gerald got through, and it was like a 1v1. She cuts to her left side, shoots it back post. You just got a fingertip to it. And literally, I think on that shift, I think Alexis picked the ball up, played it forward. We got it in deep again, and then that was eventually when Kelsey won it. But Gerald was gone. I mean, she was league MVP.
Yeah.
And it was basically 1v1 on that left side, on her left side, your right side. And that left hand just came out of nowhere to make that save. And I just remember thinking like, oh, we got to win now. We got to win now. We got to win now. It's, oh my gosh. It's stuff like that, you just proved yourself over and over and over again. And then, of course, you come to the championship game, you give up 3 goals against, in my opinion, the best team not named Memphis Americans, certainly with the most firepower. And one of them was to, Carly, who scored more goals. She scored more goals than anybody. And you held them to 3 goals in the championship game. So you win a championship, you win all these awards. What's next for you? I mean, what do you have for next season? What's going to drive you for next season?
I'm just going to continue being me. That's just going to be it.
Yeah. It's habit, right? It's not even habit. It's just it's who you are at this point, because that's what you've built yourself into. It's I'll prove it again. I'll beat myself again. I want to be number 1, number 2, and number 3. Let somebody else be 4 and 5, right? Like, I'm gonna have all the records. I'm gonna beat my record 3 times. That's what I always think about. I was like, man, if I set a record, I wanna beat it. Any record, if I ever set a record, I want to beat it. Like, I have 6 assists last year. I want to get 7. In like a game or whatever. Like, it's that kind of mentality. It's that kind of mentality that it's the reason why you've become so successful. Why the parents, the fans, the players, they rally around you. Why you become such a fan favorite. You're certainly my favorite. And man, we're so lucky to have you playing for this team. Is there anything that you want the fans to know about you that we haven't really talked about? Like, what would you say to, let's say this, what would you say to the younger you, like a 12, 13-year-old you? What advice would you give him?
I would say keep at it, keep your head in the game. Don't let anyone ever tell you can't do something. If you have the mind, if you have the passion, if you have the talent, the determination, go and do it. Prove everybody wrong. That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
That's it. That's it. I love it. Well, Angie, thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us. She's all over Greenfield. She's all over soccer fields, visiting fans and training and stuff like that. You're everywhere, girl. You're everywhere. So if you see her, stop her, get a picture, tag us, obviously, with like the most popular person in South Haven / Vietnam ISL. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right. Thanks, Corey.
See you, girl.
See you.